The law doesn't give a rat's ass what your excuse is. They don't care what in the hell catastrophic happens in your life. Your record speaks for itself, and that's what the law cares about. All right, good morning, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. This is now going on your record. Now makes 2. What happens on the third one?
Be honest, won't be a third.
Do you know how many people tell me that, Mr. Cooper? Take a guess. How many people tell me that they're never going to do it again? Take a guess.
Speaking on me, I know on me that feeling comfortable with what happened. I know I was at a bad spot and everything else, just everything reflecting on me. And then far as it's bigger than me, that I have to take care of others. I was just focused on me that nothing was working. So that just me that, honestly, just since then, I haven't had nothing and I'm comfortable with it. I haven't had a drink, nothing. And then I was relying on it. So,
Mr. Cooper, do you know how many people on a daily basis tell me that they're never going to do it again? It's the last time or whatnot. The thing about it is that this is still fresh in your mind right now. And the problem is life is such that there's always something catastrophic that's going to happen. And it always happens at the worst time. It never happens in a good time. And maybe a wife cheats on you, you lose your job, someone dies, and it causes you to do something that you wouldn't normally do. The law doesn't give a rat's ass what your excuse is. They don't care what in the hell catastrophic happens in your life. It is, and your record speaks for itself. And that's what the law cares about. Whatever it is and whatever happens, you need to understand that with your record, if you were ever in a car driving and you even had the faintest and the remote smell of alcohol, you will get charged with a third DWI. And now you're facing another felony offense. Have you been to prison before?
yes, then
How many times have you been to prison?
with TDC,
Correct.
twice.
So you will be labeled
State
with,
jail twice. And far as everything else is like an old past to myself that I feel like I changed, but my record don't say that. My record don't say I've changed. If everything go by dates, it's been about 20 years.
indictments don't care
Okay.
how old and how good,
Exactly.
whether you have been Mother Teresa out there, they don't care. All they look at is how many times you've been to the penitentiary. And now you will be labeled as a true habitual, facing a minimum of 25 years to life in prison if you pick up another DWI. If you had the faintest and remote smell of alcohol, you will be facing a minimum of 25 years to life in prison if you pick up another one. If I were you, I would never, even if you had the freakiest, remote, and just catastrophic thing in your life, I would never get in a car. Even if you've had one hit off a joint, a sip of a beer, a third of a glass of wine, because the next time you get pulled over, it's a 25 to life case. I represented a guy once that had been to the pen in 79 and 80. And he picked up a PCS 30 years down the road. Do you think that the indictment and the charging intake cared that they were 30 years old? He was still a true habitual. So that's what I'm saying. You understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge read to open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. It will go on your record and it will be there forever. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to scare you enough so that you understand that even if you're not completely wasted where you're urinating and vomiting on yourself, that doesn't matter.
I know this as far as, you done this. Now, as far as myself, it wasn't nothing partying about it. It was just me feeling that a hard time on myself. It was like me or death. And then as far as when I was doing what I was doing, I did not care. Everything in my life was just going rock bottom. As you see, and far as they see, my record is going to be there. You're not going to read dates. It's not going to be me trying to be Mother Teresa. It's not going nowhere. And it was just me or death. Didn't care. As far as this here had just reeled me back, that it's more than me that have to depend, people depend on me. And then as far as with this here, it's just harder I have to work. So harder I try to work, so out of everything else, people would probably come up here. It was a pure party. It wasn't no party with me.
And it doesn't have to be, though.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's why I realized.
It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. The law doesn't care what's going on in your life, doesn't care how hard of a time you're having. They don't care about your personal life. They don't care about how well you're doing here, how bad you're doing there. All they see, black and white. They look at your history. They look at what you're doing. They marry them together. And then that's what the charge becomes. So that's what I'm telling you. In the future, all you have to do is just don't get into a car. And then you're fine. If you're going to go out and you're going to, even whatever it may be, just don't get into a car. That's it. Because you have a lot to lose. And if you have a lot of people that depend on you, they could lose you for a long time. All those people. As far as what we're doing now, they're going to lose you now again for another 30 days. You got 2 days credit. I will give you credit for those 2 days. When did you want to turn yourself in? Did you want to turn it in today? Later on? What did you want to do?
I had an option, but just out of, it could be.
If you want to turn in later today, I'm happy to do that. Understand you're still under bond conditions in this court. I can have you turn in by 6 tonight if you want. Is that what you'd like to do? Okay.
They'll have me.
You have to report to 49 San Jacinto by 6 p.m. tonight. Don't be late, because if you're late, they're not going to take you. And then we're going to have another whole host of problems. I don't know. They'll give you paperwork as to where you turn yourself in. I am going to suspend your license for a year. Do not drive until you get a license. And then, do you have any questions? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, second offense, guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. 1 year driver's license suspension. Mr. Cooper, we wish you the best of luck. We never want to see someone go down. We never want to see anyone hurt. But if you're going to endanger the community, we're not going to take it, because there's such an easier alternative and solution, right? I mean, one button on your phone, you have a car waiting to take you wherever you want to go. There's just no excuse. All right, good luck, friend. Oh, hold on, Mr. Cooper. We got to do the enhancements. I forgot. Is it true that you had a prior DWI in court 14 in 2006?
On September 9th. That's all I remember.
Okay, so true to that enhancement. We can't do both, though, because then it would make it a 90-day minimum. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thanks. I'll call you up when I'm ready.
Can I talk to Wilfred?
Just.